Welcome back, guys, to Trails from Zero. Well, last episode, our Chapter 2 second patrol continued from East Street as we noted Arios was leaving for Remetheria before offering food to a statue for some bombs, then moving through the downtown district and Central Square while making a visit to Cecile at St. Ursula's, as we now look to finish up and continue our investigation. Nothing extra given. We know the chief isn't in. But to be honest, with the way that doors are so unlocked everywhere that we go, you'd actually be quite amazed that no one's just walked in to try and burglarize us. Burglarize. Only cop at the top. So I guess Zeit's still on the street. We caught him once, he howled once. Hey Zeit, you like to patrol around this area a lot, right? Let me tag along with you today. Come on, it'll be fun. He says maybe later if I feel like it. Man, it's like their roles are reversed. So I like to patrol this area pretty often, right? These dogs are so cool. I know Ryu badmouths the police all the time, but the truth is he actually really looks up to them. And I can see why. The CPD has cool people like you working for them after all. In reality, Ryu really admires the CPD. He's too stubborn to ever admit it, though. Well, that's nice to know. Yeah, there's not really much to go down here, so we're nearly finished. Yay! Most shops hold large sales during the anniversary festival. Got my work cut out for me as a wholesaler. An extra 84 tubes of toothpaste and 250 more copies of the standard magazines. I think I'll be able to make it. Curious about this little gadget, are we? This is called an abacus. Abacus is an analog calculator from the East. Just about any trader from the East will have one of these bad boys. Bad boys. Things are going to get a lot more lively with the anniversary festival next month. I hope Cecile can take some time off to come visit us. I need to make sure I confirm her plans with her early this year. Things are going to get a lot more lively with the anniversary. Cecile will be able to come in. I need to make sure I confirm her plans for her with her early this year. Sure. I'm failing at reading sentences now, aren't I? It's all good. I'll get myself under wraps by having a nice cool drink of water. Mr. Grimwood seems busier than ever these days. From what he told me, he's been having to put out one fire after another. Poor guy can't catch a break. We're nearly at Mr. Grimwood, but first, Bellguard Gate. Correct? Alright, so I'm assuming that you guys don't have anything going on in terms of dialogue. The only dialogue we probably can get here is from specifically Joshua and Estelle. So this dialogue is all the same. Joshua and Estelle are here somewhere. So let's perform super motivated, super fast, run and run. I reckon on the roof, right? I think that's the most liable location. So when they said they've gone to Bellguard, whereabouts? That's the babysitting conversation again. Could they be actually out on the road, traveling? Ah, here they are. Wow, talk about a view. So this is where Crossbell and Erebonia border each other, right? Yeah. Meet each other, right? This is my first time seeing it this close. Yes, right on the other side of the border should be Gorelia Fortress. Supposedly it's one of Erebonia's most important military bases, taking everything into account slightly because it's the closest base to Calvard. Alright, Erebonia and Calvard have always hated each other, haven't they? Crossbell really has its fair share of burdens, huh, Joshua? Oh, hey everyone! You know, seeing a view like this helps remind me of how powerful the Erebonian Empire really is. Still, the Erebonians I've met aren't bad people, but one of them is a little strange. One of them's a little strange. Estelle and I came in to meet with a client, so we took the opportunity to see this with our own eyes. If we're to understand Crossbell, we'll have to observe its circumstances for ourselves. And that's all the dialogue we get out of those two for coming all this way. But hey! It's Estelle and Joshua, why wouldn't we come all this way? Especially when we've got a bus that can just deliver us to where we need to go. So, to Ian Grimwood. By Villa Raison. Mork's Bakery. The shop that I don't actually know the name of, which I probably should know the name of. And more. Is she still outside of her apartment? Do you ever live in your apartment? That husband of mine, I wish he stopped doing such unnecessary things. It's Sammy's job to clean the place up, so you'd think you'd be able to leave it to her. You should know better than to try to do things he knows absolutely nothing about. I'm absolutely floored by his inability to sit still and not do anything unnecessary. I tried to clean the closet up a bit, but a bunch of stuff ended falling out of it. Oh, what? Oh, I've got a long road ahead of me. Glassware stuff? You just drinking 2 glasses of wine yourself? The 3rd floor resident isn't home yet again. Not much I can do about it. I'll have to wait until tomorrow to enter the room and clean. I've been assigned to clean their room once a month. It's a service provided by this fancy apartment. I hardly know anything about whoever's living up there. The only thing that I can tell is that she's a young lady. Bit of a slob at that. She always leaves her underwear lying all over the place. I wonder who? I heard that Ravash engages in land sharking. They forcibly evict the residents and illegally seize the building. They're a bunch of heinous savages. Can't we get some police intervention? How can they let this go on? Pocketed. Planning on cooking my husband's favorite dish today, delicious beef stew. I'm gonna start preparing the ingredients. A job done, yet again. Morgs. By the way, haven't seen that Crossbell Times reporter lady around here lately. You'd be surprised how many times she'd come through here sniffing for interviews. Occasionally that Crossbell Times reporter lady would come through here looking for interviews. When I'm aware, she's always tailing the police on the hunt for material that'll land her next big scoop. Guess it's hard to tail a bracer. Where'd the high-quality flour I secured go? That crummy dad of mine, stop snatching up other people's stuff like you own the place or something. How am I supposed to make my bread now? This is why I hate my dad. Why does he have to be such a numbskull? You know how the street outside our shop merges into the highway? It's been a real pain dealing with the traffic from all these Orbital cars. Now you mention it, it sounds like a lot of shipping companies are starting to use Orbital trucks to make their deliveries. I know. I noticed something kind of weird too. There's this black truck I'll see sometimes when I come into prep at around 3 in the morning. Word on the street is that it belongs to Ravash. Any truth to that claim? I wonder if they could be using the West Crossbell Highway as a smuggling route between here and the Empire. No way to say for sure, but it sounds shady as hell. Can't forget that they cropped up in mines too, so they've clearly got something brewing behind the scene. Interesting. Not very subtle smuggling though, is it? It's very true, Oscar. Looks like Tilulu took off to travel around Zamuri again. Where did she disappear to this time? Yeah, I was hoping we could try the newest bread together. I can tell you. Tilulu's an eccentric, so I wonder where her crazy personality has led her this time. I could tell you. I should start brainstorming my next signature creation too. It's not right of me to keep leaving it up to Oscar. Should have took the flour. Your daughter's very unhappy. Elsa has been constantly chattering on about Arc-en-Ciel. Call it a hunch, but I'm thinking that she just might want to see him. She barely ever spoke of it, but I think she dreamed of joining the troop when she was but a little girl. Elsa's been... Oh, okay, say the same thing. Up we go, then. Arc-en-Ciel's new performance will feature a rookie in one of the lead roles. Supposedly she's co-starring with Ilya for her debut act. Can't imagine what kind of person you'd have to be to pull off an incredible feat like that. I'm sure every girl in Crossbell has dreamed of performing with Arc-en-Ciel at least once. Co-starring with Ilya for your debuting act is unbelievable. Sounds like something straight out of a fairy tale. And we're finally at Ian Grimwood's law office. Excuse us, sir. Oh, welcome. I see the SSS has been keeping busy. I can say the same to you, Mr. Grimwood. Right, you look as busy as always, sir. Ah, well, you get used to it in this line of work. That aside, something must have happened, right? Judging by the looks on your faces, you've come in to ask for my advice. Impressive. Ah, was it that obvious? Well, I do see a great many clients come through my door every day with that very same look. Like for you, I'm taking a break right now, so you can ask me anything. Thank you, Mr. Grimwood. Your words mean more than you could ever know. I think we'll take you up on that kind offer. A threat letter sent to Arkansas, And you're curious as to whether the sender, Yin, is tied to Ravash? Yes, sir. Do you have any idea? Unfortunately, I don't have any information that connects the two of them. But that doesn't mean that I've never heard the name Yin before. Really? What do you know about him? Well, I have no evidence that points toward this being the same person. With that in mind, are you still interested in this information? Yes, of course. Hell, at this point, we'll take any lead we can get our hands on. Very well then. It all happened when I went on a business trip to Calvard. While walking about, I heard a strange urban legend from a local. It involves a legendary, Xiongshou, referred to as Yin. Yin? It certainly is an Eastern name. What exactly is a Xiongshou? It means something along the lines of assassin or killer. Pretty sure that's what they call them in most of the Eastern regions. My, you certainly are well informed. I'd say it's somewhat similar to how we customarily call mercenaries Jaegers. You mentioned this was an urban legend. There's more to it, I assume? Yes, well, it's said that no one knows for sure whether Yin is real or not. Though supposedly he's said to wear a mask and a pitch-black cloak. He's never once allowed someone to see his face. He appears and vanishes with the shadows and never lets his prey slip away. In other words, he's a phantom. A phantom? Sounds like a pretty tall tale if you ask me. I suppose that is why it is called an urban legend. However, why would this so-called legendary assassin send a threat to Heiyue Trading? Right, it just doesn't make sense. Wait, what if it's not Ravash he's tied to, but Heiyue? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Heiyue is a powerful organization operating out of Calvard's Eastern Quarter. With that in mind, I wouldn't be shocked if they knew of the Eastern Assassin. I getcha. That's the case, Garcia's reaction makes a lot more sense. We know for a fact that Ravash and Heiyue are at each other's throats. If Heiyue and Yin are teaming up. Despite not being directly tied to Ravash, it would be highly likely that the Mafia is acutely aware of his presence. That, in and of itself, would support Lloyd and Ellie's theory. An intriguing thought. That brings us back to your previous question, Tio. Why would Yin threaten Heiyue Trading, the lead star of Arkansas? Well, we still need to figure that one out. We know that Heiyue and Ravash's Don had an argument at a party. Could it somehow be related to that? I don't know. It didn't really sound like something that warranted a threat. Besides, why would Heiyue react to it at all if they're against Ravash? Yeah. Any chance the name is a coincidence and we're dealing with someone completely unrelated? I don't think so. Every clue we've gathered so far has pointed in a particular direction. I think we're still too early in the investigation to disregard anything that's not quite lining up. Hey, guys. Not to get too ahead of myself, but why don't we try paying Heiyue a visit? What? Whoa, man, are you off your rocker today? Think about it like this. We know that Heiyue is a big enough threat to Ravash to have gotten their attention, and Heiyue has only continued to spread its influence and chip away at Ravash's hold on Crossbell's criminal underworld. Depending on the circumstances, they could prove even more dangerous than Ravash. You may be right. I see. It might be the perfect chance to check whether or not that is true. Hold up. It's not like we just barge in on them. We have no idea what kind of people we're up against Lloyd. Actually, I recently met the manager of Heiyue Trading's Crossbell branch. What? Seriously? Came to me for counsel to ensure there were no legal barricades preventing his business from operating in Crossbell. I saw no harm in the request, so I accepted the job. And it was then that I met him. I see. What kind of person was he? The word shrewd certainly comes to mind. He's relatively young, but already knows his way around things. He has a silver tongue and is unflappably confident. Overall, I'd say he's extremely intelligent, not someone that can be taken lightly. An intellectual, then? Sounds like it's going to be a huge pain in the ass. Definitely not the kind of guy who'll give us any straight answers. True, but this will be a good chance to meet with him. What'd you say? Okay, you won me over. I'm also quite curious about this branch manager. Same here. I know a bit about Ravash, but nothing about Heiyue. We'll be going in blind. You're right, Lloyd. This will be a good opportunity to learn more about how they operate. It's decided then. Thanks for your help, Mr. Grimwood. Looks like we'll be able to press on with our investigation after all. I'm happy to hear about that. You remind me of the way Guy used to work his cases. Anyway, Heiyue's works under the guise of a respectable trading company. Solving by the office shouldn't prove too dangerous. However, never forget that their true identity is that of a massive influential crime syndicate. Don't let your guard down around them. Yes, sir. Thank you. We'll keep that in mind. We're going right into the belly of the beast again. If I remember correctly, Heiyue's Crossbell branch manager is named Xiao Li. Mr. Grimwood tells me that you should watch yourself around him. Please be careful, everyone. Xiao is Xiao, isn't it? Cow is Xiao. I think. Can't definitively say whether or not there's a connection between Yin and Heiyue. However, the fact remains that Heiyue's branch manager is quite the cunning man. And considering that behind the facade of trade hides an enormous crime syndicate, I recommend you all be extremely careful. Shall we go straight over then? Depends. A new patrol will begin. Alright, let's make our way to Heiyue Trading. I think they're somewhere by the pier. Correct. Our destination should be in the northeast corner of the Harbour District. They are apparently located right by the river. Oh, we're talking about that Red Eastern looking building. It's surprising to think that the crime syndicate's headquarters is in the same area as the IBC and the Crossbell Times buildings. I suppose it's no matter. Let's try paying them a visit. Yeah, we'll just pop on by. It'll be fine. Okay, dialogue's the same. Good a time as any when you're walking into the belly of the beast to do exactly what I just did. And of course, we can zip. I'm sure this will be fine. Completely fine. Sign is affixed to the locked door. Yes, if you have business with us, please knock. The thing that we haven't done all that time. This must be the place. How do we proceed, Lloyd? We knock. Why wouldn't we knock? It says, like, if we have business with them, we knock. Excuse me, is anybody there? This is the police, no. And who might you all be? We're from the Crossbell Police Department, Special Sports Section. We did lead a bit, cool. We're hoping to ask your branch manager a few questions regarding a certain incident, if possible. Wait here for a moment. Well, here we go. Man, what kind of trouble are we getting ourselves into this time? I suppose we will find out very soon. I apologize for the wait. The branch manager will see you now. Please come in. Thank you. If you'll excuse us. Sure, we'll just step inside. We got some good music going down here. Here? That door's shut tight. Apologies for making you wait. Right this way. This is the branch manager's room. Oh. No wonder they've got all their doors shut tight. There's nosy people like me. Oh, how nice of you to finally visit. It's nice to meet you. I'm Lloyd Bannings of the CPD Special Support Section. The pleasure is all mine. I'm Xiao Li, manager of Heiyue Trading's Crossbell branch. Oh. So you're Lloyd, and you three must be Ellie, Randy, and Tio, correct? How would you... May I ask how you know of our names already? Truth be told, I'm an avid reader of the Crossbell Times. I was mesmerized by your exploits and instantly became a fan. Though boorish of me, I decided to investigate your backgrounds through various intermediaries. Is that so? Yeesh, 5 seconds in, he's already holding all the cards. He's just as cunning and intelligent as we were told. It's an absolute honor to meet such an intriguing group as yourselves. What brings you to our office today? Was there a problem of some sort with our business operations? No, that's not it. We're actually in the middle of investigating an incident involving Arc-en-Ciel. Arc-en-Ciel you mean? But of course! Crossbell's very own prided theatrical troupe. I've been meaning to see one of their shows ever since I first arrived here, but work has kept me oh so busy, you know. I seem to recall them having announced their next production, correct? Yeah, that's right. As a matter of fact, our investigation is related to an issue with their upcoming show. We'd actually like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. Oh dear, it sounds like quite the predicament. Very well, I shall comply with your request. Free of charge, of course. Nice. Charge? Yin, you say? We're aware that Heiyue's main office is located in the Republic's Eastern Quarter. We were thinking that due to that, you might be familiar with Yin. Interesting. Am I to assume that you're implying I have connections to this criminal named Yin? No, of course not. To be honest, we simply don't have a lot of info, so we're following up on any and all leads we have. Is that so? Well, alright then. This may be rather basic information, but I can tell you some of the legends regarding Yin in more detail. We're listening. The name Yin holds a particularly strong influence within the Eastern Quarter. Xiongshou, an assassin, hidden behind a mask and beneath a pitch-black cloak. No one has ever gazed upon his true face. He appears like a shadow and vanishes like a phantom. His prey has never once escaped. Although it may seem preposterous, some say Yin may be immortal. Immortal? What do you mean? Well, documents show that Yin has been operating as an assassin for at least a century. His rise into legend began shortly after the democratization of the Calvard Republic. If you were to examine records from that time, Yin's name is frequently mentioned. The demon draped in black sent one prominent figure after another to their grave during this chaotic period in history. This story is getting more outlandish by the second. It's gotta be just some scary fable to keep the kiddos in line. No way he's real. No, Mr. Orlando, Yin is very real. What? Yin far surpasses a mere tall tale in the underworld of the Eastern Quarter, whose true identity is unknown. Zamuria's greatest assassin can be employed for the right price. A master of all assassination techniques, a martial artist with incredibly dexterity and agility who lurks in the shadows. He is recognized as such, and his deadly work speaks to his existence. A certain organization highly values Yin and trusts many jobs to him, or so the rumor goes. The organization you are referring to? Yes, that reminds me, while we're on the topic of Yin, I have heard recent claims of Yin having vanished entirely from the Eastern Quarter. It's come to my attention that he has accepted a hefty job from the aforementioned organization. Apparently it involved traveling to a certain autonomous state we're all familiar with. I don't like what you're implying. What's the matter? I haven't given you the name of the organization, have I? Or the name of the state? You and Ravash are one and the same. Oh, please. Refrain from comparing Heiyue to that measly local gang. Or at least that's what I'd like to say. Quite frankly, I'm more than impressed with how well they've managed to adapt to this peculiar city. Those persistent little pests have caused quite a bit of trouble for us. You fatten up. He's not even pretending anymore. I'm merely referring to them as our fellow business competitors. Here in Crossbell, free trade is protected by law after all. Do you take issues with that, officers? Let me ask you this one final question. Has Arc-en-Ciel been caught in the crossfire between you and Ravash? Oh. We just received information about Ravash's proposal for Arc-en-Ciel to perform in the Imperial capital. Were you considering a similar proposal too? I have no problem admitting that certain crowds in the Republic wish to be graced by their presence. However, our company is unconcerned with matters relating to the entertainment industry. I certainly am perplexed, though. Why exactly was the threat letter signed with the name of an assassin? That's what I intend to find out. Thank you for your time, Xiao. We appreciate your cooperation. Lloyd, you sure we're done here, man? I doubt we'd get much more out of him if we stayed any longer. Besides, Xiao already seems more than busy enough, so we really should excuse ourselves. Lloyd's right. Thank you for being so considerate. One more thing before you leave, Detective Bannings. What is it? Come now, don't look so displeased. Do you recall me saying that I'm a big fan of the SSS? Believe me when I say that was no lie. Huh? I must say, this current investigation of yours absolutely fascinates me. As one of your fans, I can hardly wait to see how you'll resolve this one. I am most certainly looking forward to reading about it. Thank you for stopping by, officers. The branch manager said you may contact us again should anything happen. We appreciate the offer. So now we have to worry about these guys on top of Ravash. I want to say they at least seem a bit friendlier. Maybe they see us as so little of a threat, they think they can screw with us. That is not out of the realm of possibility. Ellie, you okay? Are you feeling unwell? No, I'm fine. More importantly, we found out that the legendary assassin Yin has managed to infiltrate Crossbell State. We at least managed to get that information out of Xiao. Yeah, it didn't seem like he was lying. Also, I don't get the impression that Xiao is the one threatening Arc-en-Ciel and Ilya. I was thinking the same thing. If that were the case, no way he'd have hinted at his connection to Yin. Then would that mean Yin's actions are not tied to his employer, Heiyue, but rather he is acting of his own accord? He might be out of options if that's the case. Let's assume you're right. That means Xiao probably doesn't know Yin's true identity. Sounds like our only option is to catch a legendary assassin then. Unfortunately. If Yin is truly after Ilya's life, then this case may be beyond our capabilities. There's no guarantee that we'd be able to apprehend a professional assassin like Yin. That being the case, wouldn't it be better to leave this to headquarters? No, it'd be better to go to the Bracer Guild and ask for la blooming adios. Well, that's... Would they not simply look the other way like they did the incident downtown? I doubt it. Arc-en-Ciel and by extension Ilya are incredibly important to the people of Crossbell. Headquarters would definitely take action if her life were in danger. They stake their pride on it. That's correct. You're with the 1st Investigative Division. I am Alex Dudley. Come with me. Huh? Why? Only a fool would discuss information here of all places. Wouldn't have time to waste. Follow me. Understood. What the hell's going on all of a sudden? I'm being zooped. What's the matter with all of you? I don't know what you were thinking waltzing in there like that. Furthermore, you decided to discuss your investigation within earshot of their building. Sorry, sir. You're right, we weren't being careful enough. Oh, well, what's done is done. Well? Well, what? Gonna explain to me what you were babbling on about with Arc-en-Ciel, and how this all relates to your little visit to Heiyue. Better tell me everything you know. Excuse me? Where the hell is this coming from? It is brazen of you to demand that after showing up so suddenly. I wonder which one of us is truly brazen. The 1st Division has been keeping tabs on Heiyue for over a month already. You're the ones who barged into our investigation without any notice. Wait, seriously? Does that mean you're after Yin too? So you know about Yin, huh? Oh, no matter. Start talking and don't leave anything out. If you don't comply, I won't hesitate to file a complaint to Sergei of this obstruction of our investigation. Damn it. Alright, fine. However, our investigation is a formal request submitted to the SSS, so we need it to stay confidential. Are we the one to decide that? Out with the details already. This is an order. I understand the situation. I didn't think there was anything concrete, but it seems they finally tipped their hand. Are you referring to Yin? Yes, I am. Heiyue employed a legendary assassin as a trump card in order to threaten Ravash's influence. The 1st Division received an anonymous tip with information regarding Heiyue. We've been surveilling them since. But who would have thought a group of amateurs would stumble onto the scene and give us just the lead we needed? Wow, that almost sounded like a compliment. I would like to inquire as to why you only had Heiyue under your surveillance. I'm under the impression your team is leading Ravash unchecked. What are you implying? The First Division already understands Ravash's operating procedure. We're also fully aware of both the incident downtown and how they've used warhounds. Don't think for a second that we haven't kept tabs on the cases you've been getting involved in. What? Then why? If we got involved in every little thing they did, there would be no end to it. None of the incidents you took on were anything as serious as murder. They were simply petty crimes. Do you honestly think we'd put off more important cases to divert our limited personnel to such minor issues? I understand that, but still. Those of us in the First Division are leagues apart from know-nothings like yourselves. We're charged with maintaining a certain degree of order in a city where justice is a constant uphill battle. We're expected to suppress major crimes and protect the public from criminal organizations and foreign intelligence agencies. Can you possibly fathom the work that goes into that? I knew it. Always had a feeling. Crossbell's peace and prosperity are hanging by a thread. Yes, and most of the citizens fail to realize it. Sure, it might be popular to read stories on Ravash's ties to Imperial Faction Diet members. Meanwhile, Heiyue is in the process of deepening their relationship with the Republican faction. If we allow it to progress any further, they'll be untouchable. Our laws against espionage are lax as well. Agents from foreign intelligence agencies are free to enter and leave however they'd like. I never realized. This is unbelievable. While you're talking, Crossbell's already got one foot in the grave. In a situation as desperate as this, our only option is to simply do what we're able to. We assess how dangerous each case is, and even if we can't solve the root cause of it, we can at least lessen the impact. Handling Yin is nothing more than solving one part of a larger puzzle. We haven't been able to keep a close watch on the case regarding Arc-en-Ciel. Thank you for the valuable information. The First Division will handle it from here. You may return to your usual duties. What the hell is this crap? After carefully assessing the situation, I've ascertained that Yin is more than a mere legend. We'll be observing Heiyue's movements while protecting Ilia Platier from falling victim to our mysterious assassin. Tell me, would you be able to handle all that? Damn it. Given our lack of resources, it would prove to be difficult. At the very least, I can let you handle contacting Arc-en-Ciel. Make sure you tell them that their case has been transferred to the First Division. See to it that they're given a proper explanation. The hell? He just shows up, gives a shit, takes our case, and then drives off. And in a personal vehicle at that, adding insult to injury. As frustrated as we all are, I understand where he's coming from. I actually agree with him. The scope of this case has gone way beyond our level of experience. What we can do now is inform the troop and offer our sincerest apologies. I guess you're right. We have run out of options. Hold on, guys. And Lloyd, you're the last person I expected to hear that from. You told us to overcome our barriers. You said as long as we're together that no barrier is too high, didn't you? So why? Why are you giving up so easily? Ellie? Whoa there, where's this coming from? Didn't you already tell us it'd be better to leave it to headquarters? Wait, is that? I did, didn't I? Ellie? I understand. I'm frustrated too, Ellie. I want to do something about it just as much as you do. If you don't want us to give up, then we'll find another way. No, it's alright. I'm sorry, everyone. I think I've just had a rough day, is all. Ellie. Well, we did spend our entire day running into one jackass after another. Let's go report the news to Arc-en-Ciel. We can head back to base and relax for a bit after. That sounds like a reasonable plan. Sure. Sounds good. Is that okay with you, Ellie? Yes. Thank you, everyone. Let's be off to Arc-en-Ciel, then. Let's be off to Arc-en-Ciel indeed. Though we will do that next time. Now that we've got back into the story once more, it does sound like this day seemingly is coming to an end. So I should do a little bit more looking around, of course, before we move on. Developments. Heiyue are now in play. In terms of what we know, what we're dealing with. 2 criminal organizations instead of 1. Just a little bit extra. Chapter 2 is well underway, so we'll continue on with more Trails from Zero. Next time, we will give Ark and CL the news. Bad, good, depends how they look at it. I'll see you guys then for more. Bye-bye.